We just pulled into Brewoarrina on a break and we'd heard about the fish traps on the Darling River in Brewoarrina. So we're walking down and there's a sort of this rock bar or riffle with water flowing down. It's also a man-made rock weir in the background, but still it was a pretty natural sort of scene, and you could just imagine how water had flown over these rocks for thousands of years. And then as you look downstream, there were the fish traps and these structures that were used to catch fish. And as we're sort of walking down there, there's this young Indigenous family with 3 kids, all under 5, playing in the rocks and flowing water around their feet, just like I did as a kid, and looked like they're having lots of fun. And the mother actually said this is their culture, and they bring them there for their culture. And I'm like, oh wow, yeah, they're still doing that now, and just as I had done as a kid. And the father was just very forthcoming with information. He was telling us about the rock traps and how they're used, and how Brewoarrina means meeting place, and he'd point out on the hill where all the tribes would sit, and they'd all watch the fish traps being filled up and then go collect all the fish. And it was just really sharing and kind with information, which I'd found about a lot of Indigenous people on this trip. And then he sort of talked about this big sort of footprint you could see on the rock ledge, which was the creation story of this whole area. So it sort of like clicked with me then that there you are right now, as little kids all under 5 playing in the water, and that's their culture. And then it had the past culture with all tribes on the meeting place on the hill overlooking the fish traps, and then it also had the creation story. So it was all these things coming together, and then also the symbology of like the flowing water. So for all that to be alive was dependent on water flowing through the system. So that moment was pretty powerful for me.